Hi, my name is Xitlaly Jasso. I am 15 years old. I currently go to Morton West High School. I'm a sophomore. I go to Cook County, and this will be my 4th year in Juntos 4-H. Here we have Dr. Terán-Garcia. Our first question would be, can you tell us a little about yourself, who you are, and what your profession is?
Thank you, Xitlaly, for the opportunity to talk about myself. I was educated as a medical doctor. I did my pediatric training, and I did a doctoral degree. So I had an MD, PhD. Right now, my work is as an assistant dean and program leader for integrated health disparities at the university. So my profession is to be a physician scientist, which is what you will resume my work.
Since we are celebrating Hispanic-heritage Month, some of the questions will be Spanish and English. So the second question will be, ¿fueron sus experiencias pasadas con la nutrición clínica una de las razones por la que eligió su profesión?
Sí, definitivamente. ¿Quieres que te conteste en español o en inglés?
Los dos sería bien, si usted quiere en español.
Bueno, te contesto en español. Yo decidí estudiar nutrición porque desde que comencé a estudiar la carrera de medicina, siempre me interesó saber por qué lo que comíamos nos hacía un beneficio o no. Y en México estuve expuesta a muchos niños con desnutrición muy seria, muy grave. Y por un lado, y por el otro lado, comenzaba la epidemia de sobrepeso y obesidad. Entonces ves las dos caras de la moneda. Mucha comida y poca comida, y el impacto que tiene en la salud de la persona.
Did moving to another country have any effect on your work, studies, and was there any language barrier at the beginning?
Of course, yes. First, the reason I moved to the States is because in Mexico there was not an MD PhD program as it is in the United States. So I had to do, as many people say, the long way around. I had to finish my medical degree, get my credential as a pediatrician, and start over, like from zero, my PhD. So that was a difficult part for me because the way I was learning to study was very different in 10 years after I finished my studies. And that was a big barrier also because I learned my English from books and not for practicing. So when I moved to Texas, it was very hard to really get an accent, and pronunciation of the words was very difficult for me because I can read them, and I know their meaning, but I cannot pronounce them. So it's a difficult situation when you know what you want to say and you cannot say it properly.
¿Cómo contribuye su trabajo a la salud y bienestar de las familias de ascendencia hispana? Did any previous experience, how does your work contribute to the health and wellness among Latin and Hispanic families?
Mi trabajo ahora, my work now, consists in to translate evidence-based programs to improve health and wellness on families. What I really want to do is to translate information that makes people to adapt changes in their lifestyle that are sustainable and that impact better how the families relate themselves with the food they eat, the physical activity they do, and how they relate as a family function. Because if you have a happy environment where you eat well, when your family grows well, where your family has the opportunity to thrive, is very important. So that's why, for me, I see it as a holistic approach. You integrate what is your biological self, your metabolic health, your health in your economy and your environment. You integrate everything.
La siguiente pregunta es, what is something you specifically enjoy the most about your job?
The contact with people and the changes I see that when they approach to them. I was very proud of the kids of the families when they learn to try new food and they enjoy changing their habits. I also very happy with the parents. The moms feel like they can say no to the kids because the food that they're choosing is unhealthy and they have healthier alternatives. So when the parent says, yes, this is not the best thing for you, you can try this better. And when I see that the families are happy, remembering and feeling happy of their traditions and the history of the traditions and the food they eat together, is very important because we maintain our heritage, our traditions together, and we retain that element of being proud of where we come from.
¿Qué estás trabajando actualmente? What are you currently working on?
I'm currently working in areas of teaching everybody about what is cultural humility and what is also the importance of integrated health. So first, we need to integrate health because if we take advantage of one part of the equation, we remove the other part of the equation. So we have to have a balance between this, what is your biologic health, your mental health, your economic health, your educational health. So that is one part, and you have to maintain everything together. On the other side, I also teaching about what is cultural humility, because there are people in the healthcare service providers that they don't understand how to approach individuals who have lower education or lower proficiency in English, to teach them how to be healthier. And it is important to recognize that we have values that are important, that helps us to maintain and to thrive through many problems. So I have to teach medical students, medical professions, and other members in the healthcare system that they have to listen. What are the system of belief of other people? What is the reason behind some behaviors? And then we can work together towards parts of health.
What classes, this actually leads to the last question, which is what classes or degrees would someone need to be in the same or similar fields you studied?
Well, it's depending what you want to. Many people say that you don't need to have an MD, PhD to do a physician scientist. And of course, if you want to be a medical doctor, you have to take the classes related to medicine that are necessary. But in any case, when you want to do classes on science, which is chemistry, physics, mathematics, biology, are very important classes, because once you understand the fundamentals of life, you can apply to your work, to your activities. So never underestimate the importance of chemistry or mathematics or biology, because there are classes that they will serve you in any case, whatever the study you want to follow. And in medicine, another part that sometimes in medical doctors forget, that they also have to understand the part of the humanity of medicine. They have to understand sociology. They have to understand cultures, anthropology, history. There are elements that are important that sometimes people forget. So in medicine, there is the art and science of medicine. You need to understand that the humanity and the science need to get together.
Thank you. Those are all the questions. I actually really did learn a lot about your responses. This actually really helped me a lot with what I want to do as I grow up.
Yeah. You want to be a medical doctor?
Yeah, I'm going into either medical or criminology.
Or what?
Criminology.
Criminology. See, you need to have your biology, your chemistry. There are basic classes that everybody needs to learn. And in medicine, everything that you learn in your life has a purpose. Never underestimate the opportunity to learn.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
That's the end of the interview. Thank you for answering all the questions, and thank you for letting me interview you.